Well, this is like week 5 or whatever it is, but it's a bit of an update. Yeah, I'll just kind of show you. So that's what I'm dealing with. I have to have this on. I don't think there's any crazy fracture or break, but I think they can't see from the X-ray. Might be a tiny bit of a fracture in my foot because I jumped from like a fence, like head height over whatever. So yeah, that's a bit lame, but I have to deal with that, and obviously puts a stop to the training, and hopefully this heals soon. So I'm just wearing this. Hopefully the injury doesn't get worse and just get some really good recovery. Not too long, but yeah, bit of an update. I've actually been walking a little bit without the brace on, and I found that it's actually not too bad. I'm really trying not to put too much weight on it, but I don't think there's anything really that serious because it doesn't really hurt. But obviously, just this morning, I've actually been getting into the bike a bit now that I can put shoes on. So if I put some solid shoes on, go for a ride. I went for one yesterday, and then today I went actually ride to the gym and then back. And that's been okay, but now just with that cycling, walking around and doing that kind of thing outside of the brace, starting to get a little bit of pain, very minor, inside the foot. So gonna put the brace back on for today, chill out, try not to be on my feet too much, which is a bit challenging. But it is, I don't think there's any issue. Still waiting for the second x-ray, but hopefully there's not anything major wrong with it, and it might just be a while before I get back into running. But I'm back on the bike, and the bike's like just so good. So cycling is just like a really top tier method of kind of transport. That's a bit of an update. Things are going relatively well. I don't know when I'll be running, but I'll probably get a physio appointment in the future. If there is a little bit of pain still after a couple of weeks, but that is how it's going at the moment. The foot is much better. I haven't got the caster anymore, so that's off the boot. If I walk around all day, I do start to feel it a bit in my foot, but I'm going to the gym. Now I can use my motorbike again, getting workouts in, and just avoiding some like higher kind of like impact movements, like not doing calf raises, but also not doing any running yet, anything like that. But I have been cycling a bit. That's been really good. And we'll get more in over this weekend. And I'll just try to do that to keep up a little bit of the cardiovascular system, keep that building and keep the heart rate up. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Hopefully this gets better, but it's definitely not good enough to start running again. And it might have to be a while before I get back onto that. So I don't even know how like a walk would go yet if I do like a 1 to 2 kilometer walk. So that's kind of where it's at the moment. I'll probably have to cancel my Runna program because you can only pause it for a certain amount of time. Otherwise you just create one. I would have to create a new one, start it off from scratch as well, and start off easy, short runs again to build back up. But that's kind of where it's at. All going well. Let's hope that the recovery goes better, and I've only got maybe 1 or 2 weeks left before I can do some slow jogs again. But that's a bit of an update. And the rest of this week, I'll probably see if I can get some rides in. Even on the weekend, do some rides, longer rides. Have to actually adjust, have some break with the bike, because otherwise like my seating like bones, they just like kill from the seat. So that'll take a bit of time just to build up. But just going forward, going to be using the bike to get into work, travel some places, and yeah, keeping it cheap as well. Just got my first run in since the foot incident, and just went around the block, 3.5 minutes, 600 meters, and no pain in the foot. So that's a good sign. That's the first run in like a couple of weeks now. Been doing some cycling, walking, have noticed a bit of pain there. But just that run then, no pain at all. Feels really good. Obviously feels hard, but huge setback towards hitting my goal. And I need to go back into training now, back into the regular running, and I've got to definitely start it off super slow just to avoid injury and also let it kind of recover a bit better. But I'm going to give it a bit more break over week, maybe get a small run in here and there, just test it out, more walking. But it feels good, and yeah, thankful that run, even if it was small, and short, doesn't hurt at all. So we're back, and I feel completely out of shape and like I haven't ran in 5 years, but that's kind of what it feels like. So let's go back into it, Gonna probably do another program 3 days a week and start off really slow. But that's kind of what it's been like. I've been trying to get the cycle in and out of work. Is about 15 kilometers each way at least. So that's good. Get some cardio in there, but it's still, you know, pretty low effort compared to running. So time to get back into it, get some stretches, and think about the next run. Maybe look at the Runna program and set something up that, thankfully, we're back and back to the routine.